host of the Gridiron.
All right, welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you can give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose? It's totally free of charge. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel, in the description box below, very top link, takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And then finally, just underneath that, there's another link. Takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I got internet access, I am putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right. Well, it's it's like the 8 crazy days of Hanukkah, right? There's always something going on in the NFL, and they I'm sure they do it on purpose, right? But they do such a good job of it. I really got to give them credit. I mean, it truly is literally, it's round the clock job. It's it's not like, I mean, it was. This is around like back in high school, right? I mean, the high school, the football coaches, right? They, would obviously have you out there in August, and you'd be playing football September, October, and whatever. I mean, and after that, I mean, I'm going back into the 70s. After that, they packed everything up, and maybe they'd watch a little bit of film here and there and stuff like that. But I mean, after our Thanksgiving Day game, I mean, it was like football was over with, for months. But I mean, it ain't like that. Obviously, in the college, it ain't like that in the pros. I mean, I'm sure in some of the bigger areas like Texas and stuff like that, where high school football is just, crazy, I'm sure it's more of a round the clock kind of thing. But in the pros, I mean, it really is. It's all year long. I said there's 4 or 5 weeks there from like middle June to middle July, where it's like, you're kind of off, and everybody's supposed to, take time off and go on vacation or whatever like that stuff. So, but I mean, I tell you, I mean, I said the NFL does a fantastic job. I mean, obviously December we got football, then January we got football, and then playoffs. February rolls around, we got the Super Bowl, and then we got by the end of the month we got the combine. And then when February rolls around, obviously we got the pro days, right? Which gets spread out because everybody can't have their pro day the same day, right? So the pro days are all spread out. But then, of course, a couple of weeks we got free agency. I mean, it's just that like mind blowing. 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. Free agency. Of course, because you got the legal tampering period, which is that Monday, and then you got Wednesday, like 4 o'clock, I think it is in the afternoon. That's when the official New Year starts. But of course, the legal if you got the ESPN app or the NFL app or whatever like that, Monday, things just starts blowing up. So and so has come to terms with this team. So and so has come to terms with it. I mean, it's just crazy. It really is crazy. So, I mean, NFL does a fantastic job of that. They always feeding you something. So it's really wonderful. And I don't even really mind that little bit of a layoff from June to July. It gives you a little bit of a breather. But when they come back, it's like 4 or 5 weeks. It's on, right? Training camp, preseason games, and then we're off and running once again. It's crazy. Really, really is crazy. But the combine's starting. Is it? Oh, still Wednesday here in the Eastern Coast. So combine starts tomorrow. All right, so I obviously got four big days. Obviously with Shane and Dable, they got a lot of work to do. Not only Shane and Dable, but the cast of probably trillions of people that they brought with them to the combine. They got a lot of work to do. I mean, obviously, I don't know who it was, but you see stories. The Giants spoke with Stafford's representatives there. A lot of things. What is it? Shane was going to go around probably and talk to like all the other 31 teams, whoever's in charge, right? One thing he was saying, and we're probably going to want to hitting up on this in just a bit. Talking to all the other teams as far as, hey, if you're thinking about moving up to number 3, let us know. So he's got to make his runs, with all the other teams. I guess he did last year. We heard on Hard Knocks, right? He was trying to, trying to make a call into the Patriots, right? I mean, they were going to want a haul, and rightfully so. I mean, the draft class last year with the quarterback talent that there was. I mean, we knew Williams, pretty good chance was going number 1, but so as far as when New England, they had their pick of any other quarterback, and it looked like, I'll tell you what, some of those teams really did well, without question. I don't think there was any chance in HEL double hockey sticks that the Commanders are going to trade with the Giants, and we could have jumped up and got Jaden Daniels. Probably wouldn't happen. We'll give you 37 first-round picks. No. So it is what it is, right? But so the combine's going. So they got their working out for them. It'd be interesting to see. One thing I was with Big Blue Kickoff Live was Schmelke, John Schmelk. Actually, I think I might have a little bit more hair than he does. Not much, because I ain't got much up there. But he was talking about, like, obviously with the quarterbacks, one thing he was talking about, but at the time that he was talking about it, they didn't know if Ward was going to throw, Sanders was who's going to throw. It's always one of those things, right? We just don't know, And one of the things Shane was also talking about too was, we'll get to this in a little bit. He doesn't blame the quarterbacks, doesn't downgrade them or nothing like that for not wanting to throw at the combine. He said, because you're throwing. I mean, you don't know the guys. You just don't know. The guys expected to run an in cut or whatever, right? Or a go or an out or whatever. May not be the guy's strong suit, right? Yeah, you don't know when does a guy break. Does he really break down and go out, or does he kind of loop it out a little bit like that? I mean, does a guy like the ball up top? Does he in his chest? And you don't know. You don't know. I mean, so you can throw the ball and the guy can drop. Guys can drop passes. You think you might be leading the guy a little bit, and the guy could just be, just not come out of the break as quick, and you're leading, you're throwing, you're leading them, and you just lead them too far, because you don't know how the guy does, running his routes, and so therefore it looks bad on you. So, but I'm sure if Ward and Sanders, they have their pro days, the Giants will be there. So, but anyway, one of the things is that the Giants took a step back, right? They took a step back, which is not always the best thing. I mean, sometimes, to get good talent in here, get good free agents in here. Now, of course, sometimes it's always all about the Benjamins, right? I mean, you could play on a field full of broken glass. Like every square inch is a broken beer bottle. Just the broken points are sticking straight up, and if you walk on it, it's going to go through your foot, and you throw enough money out there. I would like playing for the Giants. So that's got to do with the Benjamins, but most has got to do with the Benjamins. Sometimes there's the intangibles, right? And apparently the Giants just taking a little bit of a step backwards, which sometimes is obviously not the best thing in the world to have happen. Now, last year, I think the Giants were, if I read the article, I think they were 8th last year, which isn't bad. Top 10, can't complain. This year, they plummeted, so to speak. So we got NFLPA survey shows the New York Giants are falling behind. Giants apparently need to do more than field a better team. Are the Giants a good, well-run franchise? We know the results of the field haven't been good, but what do players and their families think of the facilities, their treatment, and more? If you believe the annual NFPLA Report Card, the Giants are falling behind not only on the field, but off of it, which is not very good. Giants ranked number 8. Okay, it was. Okay, number 8 overall last year. Not bad. You can't complain. Right? This year, however, the Giants fell to number 20 overall among the league's 32 teams. Players were asked to grade the franchise in 11 categories. Let's go through each of them. Treatment of families. Giants got a C, which ranks 21st. Giants provide daycare during home games and began providing a family room during home games this past season. Players feel that communication and engagement between the team and their significant others or families need improvement. So, you're a multi-quadrillion-dollar organization, right? You hire people, right? And the leading up to the game, what you do is you have whatever. Whatever. I don't know. If you have one person call all the families, or you have 2 or 3 people call you call each family up. Especially maybe the wives or whatever. Are you guys coming to the game? What time are you gonna? How are you getting here? Are you gonna need transportation in? Can we pick you up at the airport? Can we? Whatever you got to do, right? If it costs you whatever, a few $1,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever it is to get people, you to taxi people in, pick up with a limo, whatever you got to do, right? It's only 8, for the home games. It's only like, sometimes 8 games a year, right? If you got to send a limo to each freaking person to bring them in, that's what you pick them up and drop them off. That's what you got to do. That's what you do. Giants, last time I checked, were at $7.3 billion. That's with a B. Right? Whatever you got to do, right? The families get here, right? What do you want? This, And I get it. It's not so much the Giants state. It's not like they built it where they can designate stuff and everything. I get it, but what are you guys going to want to eat? What are you guys this? What do you? If they're coming in, you take care of them, right? That's huge. That's huge. Because let's not forget, I understand, it's the player has to want to play here and all that and everything. But, it's also, the family. Take care of the family, right? Take care of the family. Let's see. The grade is the same as a year ago. The ranking isn't as good as a year ago when the Giants were 15th. Food dining area, grade B, which ranks 17th. That's sad. That's really freaking sad. Once again, the grade hasn't changed since 2024, but the ranking is down from number 8. Nutritionist and dietitian, grade C+, which ranks 31st. A trend again, the same grade as a year ago, but the ranking dropped from number 27. So basically, I guess the Giants stayed pretty much the same, but some of the other teams got better. Let's see here. Locker room, C-, which grade 23rd. The grade dropped from a C+ in 2024 to a C-, and the ranking fell from 17th to 23rd. Players report that the locker room needs renovation. They feel the room is dated and needs larger, more functional lockers. Players are 100% right. The locker room of the Giants training facility is a blah, cramped place. The lockers aren't big enough, and the center of the room is crowded with the makeshift lockers for practice squad players and guys during the year. utilitarian, whatever place, and isn't really large enough for players to be comfortable. So that's Training room, B minus, which ranks 22nd, down from B minus, ranking 12th a year ago. Training staff, grade of B, which ranks 19th. This one will likely get the Giants' attention. It is a clear sign that something changed and that it was not for the better. The grade is down from an A minus, and the rank fell precipitously from number 2 overall. So it fell from an A minus down to a B. So not good. Especially when you got training staff, you got guys, nothing but guys get freaking injured. That's very bad. The weight room is a B minus, down from a B and a rank of 18th. So what the weight room went from an 18 to 24th overall. I mean, this is just sad, really sad. It's another space in the Giants facility that has remained relatively the same for years now, though some of the equipment and how the space is divided have been revised. Strength coaches, A minus, which ranks 15th. The grade moved up slightly from a B plus, with the ranking staying the same. Team travel, they got a B, which is 18th. This is another area where the Giants fell significantly from 2024, dropping from a B plus grade and a rank of number 3. They fall from a 3 to 18. The NFLPA said that players feel that their team travel schedule is not very efficient. 2024 schedule included a Germany trip and one to Seattle. So, head coach, B plus, which ranked 21st. But players' view of Brian Daboll is not as favorable as it was. He was an A minus. His ranking was 13th. So he went from an A minus to a B plus. So, but ownership is C plus. There's a drop off from a B plus grade and a ranking of number 14. Maybe it's just the price of losing, which is true. So they went from a B plus to a C plus, the ownership. Now they got, let's see, is this there? Okay. Giant players reveal bold Brian Daboll take in the NFLPA report card. All right. Simply put, the Giants failed in 2024. They cut their quarterback in midseason, endured a 10-game losing streak. They won 3 games but couldn't tank correctly. Well, anyway. Everyone's on the hot seat. The future at quarterback is uncertain, and fans are tired of a regime and owner that have failed to make a deep playoff run since 2011. That naturally lends itself to pessimism, especially given the negative reaction to head coach Brian Daboll and general manager Joe Schoen getting to keep their jobs for one more year. However, Giant players revealed a bold Daboll take on the NFLPA report card. Giants dropped to 20th overall from 8th last year. Giants' highest rated categories are their strength coaches and head coach Brian Daboll. Based on feedback from last year, the team improved family accommodations by adding a stadium family room. Areas needed improvement include a dated locker room, outdated hot and cold tubs. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. I mean, we're talking hot tubs here. Come on. You're worth $7.3 freaking billion. Come on. I mean, once again, I don't know, because it's not necessarily like the Giant Stadium. Mr. America just walk in and just start, pick this bunch of seats up and move them over there, and pick this column up and move it, pick the field up and turn it side. So I'm not exactly sure what it's all involved, but I mean, we're talking outdated hot tubs and stuff. I mean, I don't get wrong. For me, just to walk into a place and just change out 10 hot tubs would be a little expensive for me, But, we're talking the Giants here. I mean, as I said, I don't know if Mr. America just walk in and just, pull out the charge card and just, get 10 new hot tubs in there or something like that. But I mean, Jesus God. I mean, come on. You know. And the thing is, too, it's outdated. Okay. Well, I mean, one thing they did do, they added like a family room for last year. I mean, each year if you can like maybe upgrade something, like maybe this year, right? Hit the locker room, right? Spend whatever you need to update the locker room, get the what if you can't, you know. Now I get it. The locker room's only so big, you know. It's you know whatever. It's whatever 50 by 50. I don't know, whatever. So so it's tough to take a locker that's this big and make it 3 times the size for all 50 players. You know, it's kind of tough because the locker room is only, you know, unless they're going to jackhammer down a wall or something and knock, you know, and make the locker room bigger itself or whatever, which may not be possible. But I mean, they should certainly like each year attack a certain area or 2 areas or something like that, because the Giants obviously have a lot, you know, lot they got to worry about. Let's see here. New York gave Dable a B+, albeit come on a lenient grading scale. They ranked 21st out of 32 coaches. 90% of the Giant players feel that their head coach, Brian Dable, is efficient with their time, a rank of 22 out of 32. Players feel that Dable is moderately receptive to locker room feedback on the team's needs, ranking 22nd out of 32 head coaches in the league. Giants were graded pretty well given how poorly they fared in 2024, suggesting a roster-wide trust in the staff and that a disproportionate amount of the team's issues fell upon the quarterback position. With that 3rd pick, they'll have the opposition to address the position, changing the team's fortunes for the better in the coming months. The team is also interested, obviously. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Matthew Stafford and all that and everything. But, you know, so Giants, you know, they took a step back, which is obviously oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, sorry, pal. I'm sorry, buddy. My dog Randy here, he's at my feet. And I move my feet every now and then. He's laying down there. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, pal. You go back to sleep. Boy, but you know, the Giants certainly have some stuff they need to take care of. That's for darn sure. Especially, I mean, if it's so important. I mean, to bring in, some of these, free agents. I mean, the Giants already have 1 foot in or 1 step in it, 1 foot in the grave or whatever you want to call it. I mean, because their field is just, it's not very tempting to a lot. I mean, of course, the almighty Do-Re-Mi is very, but the Giants don't got a lot going for them right now. That's for darn sure. They can probably use a miracle, right?